Hi, I'm Christina Holy, and I'm going to talk to you guys about serums and how to properly apply them. So we've been getting a lot of questions about how to apply them to the face and what technique, how long to pause in between, and how many you can layer at once. So what I've done is I'm going to do a morning routine and an evening routine, and quite extensive ones. This does not mean that you have to apply this many serums at once, but I want to show you kind of like an upper limit and how to do that properly. And then that way, if you only want to do one a day, one in the morning, one at night, 2, 3, 4, you'll have a better sense of how to do it properly. So for my morning routine, I've just cleansed, rinsed with water, and then applied my balancing hypotonic. So my skin is hydrated and a little bit moist. And I'm going to do the soothing B3 serum. I'm going to do the treatment serum, the vitamin C serum, and then the barrier restore serum. So given those 4 serums, I'm going to start with the soothing B3. And to begin, I'm going to shake it a couple times. And I like to do 2 pumps of each serum for my face. And so I'm going to take 2 pumps into my palms, and then I'm going to bring it to my fingers and smooth over my face. So it's pretty quick. I didn't really vigorously massage it into my skin. I'm just kind of getting it all over the surface area pretty quickly and light to touch. Then I'm going to move on to the treatment serum. So I'm going to do 2 pumps of this as well. And do the same. And then vitamin C. So as you can tell, I'm not really pausing in between. 2 pumps. So it's kind of like little brush strokes. So right now my face, like I can feel them all adding on. It feels good, but it's definitely really wet still, okay? Last one, barrier restore. 2 pumps. I like to get all the way around the eyes for the barrier restore. So there we go, 4 serums, one on top of the other, without much pause in between. And the way my skin feels is it feels like it's all absorbing and they're all kind of interacting together. It doesn't feel tacky, there's no pilling. It just feels really small. It's really, really smooth and super nourished and hydrated. It feels really good. And at this point, I'm going to apply my oil. Okay, so now we're gonna do the evening routine of how to apply serums. So like in the morning, I'm gonna do a pretty long routine. I'm gonna do 4 different serums, and I'm gonna talk you through how to apply them. So I'm going to do intensive repair serum, the gentle retinol, soothing B3, and the barrier restore. So that's gonna be my nighttime routine. So the intensive repair serum, I use only 2 to 3 times a week, and whenever I use it, I apply it before the retinol, if you're using the retinol. If you're not using the retinol, you'd want to apply it first as the first serum in your nighttime routine. So to start, I'm going to shake it up. Take 2 pumps into my hand, and then smooth it over my skin. And then immediately after, I'm going to take the gentle retinol, shake it up, and do the same. I'm really careful about getting around the eye contour area with the retinol and around the lips. Then I'm going to do the soothing B3. and then quickly after, the barrier restore. Okay, so now I have all 4 serums on my skin. It feels really moisturized and kind of plump and nice. And then I'm going to quickly, afterwards, apply my oil for whichever one you want to choose for your nighttime routine. Okay, so we want to do a little side note about the topic of pilling when applying serums. Some people have asked us questions about how to avoid that or why that happens. So for me, I just applied 4 serums and I'm not having any pilling. And so I think what I usually recommend is that you apply them one after another immediately, and you don't want to let them dry completely in between. So we don't want to have anything kind of creating a dry layer and then adding anything on top of the dry layer. So you don't have to rush and feel stressed about it, but you can just kind of quickly move through all your products. Another thing is also you don't want to add too much. So most people can get away with just 1 pump of each serum or 1 to 2 pumps. But if you're applying too much, then you might have excessive amounts on your skin, which could dry and lead to pilling. Another thing that I think is happening sometimes is when there's a little bit of a level of inflammation on the skin and the products are having a hard time penetrating. So you want to think about all of these things. So that doesn't mean more exfoliation, that just means maybe once your skin gets to a more balanced place, then the pilling won't occur as frequently. So give all those things, those techniques a shot, and hopefully that will eliminate the issue. All right, so we're gonna make a quick note about what a serum actually is in comparison to an oil. So a serum is a product that is formulated with highly active ingredients intended to penetrate deeply into the skin, whereas an oil is a blend of oils and ceramides and cholesterols, which is more intended to influence the lipid and protective layer of the skin. Also, in our range, our serums are all water-based, and this is to facilitate penetration into the skin, but also because of our active ingredients, for the most part, such as vitamin C, is a water-soluble ingredient, not a lipid-soluble ingredient.